So in the last turn, we have discussed class and object, and now static keyword has been discussed or not? Can anyone tell static keyword, significance of static keyword?
Yes, it is discussed.
Okay, fine. Okay, so today we will discuss about the significance of another keyword, that is this keyword. This keyword. So basically, what is this keyword? So this is a reference variable. This is a reference variable that refer to current object. This is a reference variable. So this acts as a reference variable. And since it is a reference variable, it means it referred to some object, or reference variable, it refer to the current object that refers to the current object. So basically, what is reference variable? Reference variable is a variable which refer to a particular object, and this is a variable, reference variable, which refer to current object. Okay. So now, what are the uses of this keyword? So basically, there are following uses of this keyword. The first uses is this can be used to refer current class instance variable. This can be used. First, I write what are the uses of this keyword. So first, this can, then we will explain each and every uses with the help of example. So this can be used to refer current class instance variable. Current class or current object, you can say that. Current class instance variable. Instance variable. This is the first uses. Means in order to refer instance variable of current object, so basically this is used. This can be used. The another application of this or uses of this is this can be used to invoke or initiate current class constructor. This can be used to invoke current class constructor. Current class constructor. What is the meaning of current class? We will see with the help of example, but this can be used to invoke current class constructor. It means current class variable and current class constructor. The another application or uses of this keyword is this can be used to invoke current class method. This can be used to invoke current class method. Class method also here. Okay. Basically, here we will see that this is done implicitly. Okay. How basically this current class method is called with the help of this keyword. Actually, this is applied here as implicit. Implicit means कि वो आप external लगाने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी, but compiler आपके behalf पे this keyword internally लगा लेता है. Now, so basically these two where you have to write this keyword. Another case and another application of this keyword is this can also be passed as an argument in the method call. Means as an argument it can be used. So this can be used as an argument in a method. So this can be passed as an argument in the method call. In the method call. Okay. Means this keyword can be passed as a method argument. So this is another application. And this another application is this can also be passed as an argument in the constructor. Passed as an argument in the constructor. Argument in constructor. Constructor. Another application, another uses, this can also be used. This can be used because this is a reference variable. So this can also be used to return the current class instance. Current class instance means an object. Current class instance. Class instance means object. So this can be used to return current class instance. So basically, these are the uses or application of this keyword. Now, so first we will see actually how this can be used to refer current class instance variable. Okay, so I just write an example. This can be referred, this can be used to refer current class instance variable. See here. Suppose there is a class student. I have earlier taken this example, class student, and suppose there are 3 fields: integer roll number, string name, and suppose double CGPA. Suppose there are 3 fields of class student, and here if I write a constructor in order to basically there are 3 fields of student class. So basically, in order to initialize roll number, name, and CGPA, either we can initialize all these fields with the help of a method, okay, or we can basically initialize this field with the help of constructor. Fine. So how can we initialize this? So just I take here in this example, हम एक constructor ले लेते हैं. I just take a constructor. You can basically also take a method in order to initialize this. So here the first parameter is suppose integer roll number. Second parameter is string name. And the third parameter is double CGPA. Suppose this, if I write this. So here this roll number, name, and CGPA are the 3 arguments in order to initialize roll number, name, and CGPA. And because these 3 variables are not static variable, so you can call it all these variables as instance variable. Instance variable means actually each object of student class has its own copy of roll number, name, and CGPA. Okay. So when the object is created, when any object is created with the help of this student constructor, basically this is parameterized constructor because there are basically this constructor is having 3 parameters, so it is called as parameterized constructor. So what we can do here? Can anyone tell in the definition of this constructor what we have to write here in this case?
Sir, we can write this dot roll number equal to roll number.
Okay, means if I write this dot roll number equal to roll number. Fine. Okay. So why actually this keyword is required here? Basically, suppose if I delete this, only if I write roll number equal to roll number, so basically Java virtual machine confused that actually which particular roll number is instance variable, means this, and which particular variable is actually the argument here, this, because the name is same and there is no compile time error. Basically there is no error is generated because this roll number is within the scope of this student only. Okay, so in this case, in order to distinguish this roll number with this roll number, if I write this dot roll number means the object which is created by the parameterized constructor calling, means suppose if I write this, first I write all 3 lines, this dot name equal to name, and this dot age equal to age. Okay, I just write these 3 lines. Okay, See, if this is the constructor, and suppose if I create it, if I create in the main class, suppose there is a class, test class, and in the test class there is a method public static void main, because in the main method actually you need to create the object public static void main and a string a. Okay, suppose in this method, main method, if I create a student object like this, student s1 equal to new student, and here in 3 parameters, basically I just pass roll number 20, name suppose Amit, and age की जगह CGPA होगा, age CGPA suppose 7.5. Here basically you need to point out here, actually this is not age, this is CGPA. Okay, this dot CGPA. No one actually pointed out here. This dot CGPA is equal to CGPA. Now, if an object is created here, so here you can see that a parameterized constructor is calling, and S1 is a reference variable here, and 20, Amit, and 7.5 are passed as an argument. And this constructor is called, and 20 is copied into roll number. Amit is copied in place of name, and CGPA in CGPA 7.5 is copied. And now 20. Now the thing is, this roll number 20 is passed here. Okay, so in order to distinguish this roll number with this roll number is this. Okay, which is the copy of this particular object. What is this here? Actually, this referred to this object. Actually, this referred to this object because actually when the object is created here, so actually for that particular object, roll number, name, and CGPA are initialized. This basically refer to this object. Okay, current object which is created. And after the initialization of this particular object, if I write another statement like student s2 equal to new student, if I create another object, so at this particular instance, when this constructor is called again, so at that particular moment, this refer to the new object, current class object, because this current object initially at the first step, this object is created, and in the second line, the next object is created. So in the next line, the current object is referred by S2. That is also referred by this keyword in this particular example. So this is basically the significance of this keyword. Okay. So this is the first example where you can see the significance of this keyword. Now, so this is used to refer current class instance variable. This is the first. Now, the next significance of this keyword can be used in the place of current class constructor. Okay, current class constructor. This is the next example. Current class, the next application basically. This can be used to create current class constructor. This can be used to create current class constructor. So a current class constructor, so example of this is, suppose if I take the example, okay, current class constructor, so we need to take an example of two constructor. Okay, suppose if I take example of class student again, and here suppose there are two fields, integer age and string name. String name, there are two parameters. Yes, there are two fields. Now suppose there are two constructor. One is default constructor student. In order to create object, suppose there is a default constructor here. Okay, this is the default constructor, and Another constructor is the parameterized constructor. Suppose student parameterized constructor. Suppose integer age and string name. So I just take an example. Basically, as per the need, you can call this here. So here this dot age equal to age, this, and this dot name equal to name. So this is used here in order to refer current class instance variable. There is no problem. Fine. Now, suppose there are two constructor is there. Okay. Now, come to the main class. Suppose in the main class test main class public static void main string a argument. Sorry. So here there are two ways to create the object. Either we call student constructor or we call parameterized constructor. Okay. Now, here suppose if I call a default constructor of no parameterized, no argument constructor, student s equal to new student. If I call this, and suppose in this constructor there is a certain statement which is printed here. There is a certain statement on instruction which is printed here. Statement or statements are there. Suppose there are certain statements written inside the no argument constructor, and we need to execute this also. So here, if we write this particular line, can we able to initialize this particular age and name instance variables? How can I initialize this? By just calling this line. Means we need to call this student integer. Either we write here like this. If I write here student, suppose s equal to new student, and just pass two parameter like 20 and Amit, then there is no problem. But in that particular case, this particular statement is not executed. Okay, this particular statement is not executed in this particular case. So if I would like to execute this as well as this statement in this program, so what can I do here? In this particular line, we need to call this. In this particular line, we need to call this. About how to call this parameterized constructor within this student? Can anyone tell how can I call this?
By
Hmm?
using this keyword.
By using this keyword. So how can I use this keyword here? So see here, actually with the help of this keyword, which is also used to call current class constructor, because this is also the current class constructor. So I can write like here this and just pass without using any name of this student, because the constructor name is same as the class name. So there is no need to pass again student here. So this I just pass 20 Amit. And if I write this 20 Amit, so when the object is created, the first these two values are initialized, then after that students instructions are printed here. Statements are printed. Sorry, means after this particular line, when I write this 20 Amit, so age and names are initialized, then these particular statements are printed. Okay, so this is the another application of this keyword. So this can be used to call the current class constructor. Okay.
सर एक बार दोबारा बताएंगे?
हाँ बता रहे हैं, देखो suppose in this particular example there are two constructors are there. One is no argument constructor or default constructor, and one is parameterized constructor. Fine. So with the help of these two constructors we can create object. So we have either choice of this particular first line, student s equal to new student, या तो ये करेंगे, and another option is we can call the parameterized constructor. So parameterized constructor is preferred. Why? Because with the help of parameterized constructor, we can easily initialize age and name. Fine, no problem. But suppose in this particular case, we need to basically execute these statements also, which is written inside the no argument constructor. Suppose one statement or two statements are there. So the first step is how can I execute this particular statement? So in order to execute these statements, we need to call this student is equal to new student. Fine. So in this
Yes, sir.
case, fine. So we need to basically call this parameterized constructor inside this particular student no argument constructor. तो अब इसके अंदर कॉल करना है तो हमको क्या करना पड़ेगा? ऑब्वियस बात, इस कंस्ट्रक्टर को इस कंस्ट्रक्टर के अंदर कॉल करना है. तो इन ऑर्डर टू कॉल वन कंस्ट्रक्टर फ्रॉम द अनदर कंस्ट्रक्टर वी नीड टू यूज this keyword here in place of student keyword, and we just pass the 20 and Amit, and now 20 is passed as age and Amit is passed as a name, and age and name are initialized simply. Fine. And after this execution, this particular line execution, the next statements which are written here in green color all are printed. एक statement हो सकता है, एक से ज्यादा statements हो सकते हैं. All the statements is executed after this particular line. Am I clear?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. But sir, अगर हमको
हाँ हाँ बताओ.
सर हमको अगर जो वेरिएबल है वो हमको देना है, इनपुट करा के प्रिंट करवाना है, तब कैसे करेंगे? यहाँ तो हम प्रोग्राम में पहले से 20 और अमित दे रहे हैं, तब आउटपुट में आ रहा है. अगर हम इनपुट दे के प्रिंट करवाना चाह रहे हैं तब कैसे?
नहीं तब भी कोई दिक्कत नहीं. इस दिस जब आउटपुट करा के अगर प्रिंट कराना है इसको ना, एज और नेम को, तो उसके लिए तो बेसिकली
Yes, sir.
हाँ देखो दो तरीके हैं. एक तो है कि अगर कंस्ट्रक्टर आप कॉल करते हो, व्हेन यू कॉल एनी कंस्ट्रक्टर, तो बेसिकली विद कंस्ट्रक्टर के समय सबसे अच्छा ये होता है कि कंस्ट्रक्टर जैसे कॉल करते हैं उसी समय आपका वेरिएबल्स इनिशियलाइज होता है. यू नीड टू पास बेसिकली द पैरामीटर्स. अगर आप कह रहे हो कि हमको कीबोर्ड के थ्रू कराना है ना, कीबोर्ड के थ्रू आपको एज और नेम को इनपुट कराना है, यही कह रहा है, कहना है.
Yes, sir.
ओके.
Yes, sir. ये ग्रीन वाले से चला के,
ग्रीन वाले से चला के अगर हमको उसको कराना है कि हम यहाँ पर कॉल करें, और अगर हमको यहाँ पर स्कैनर, तो आपको स्कैनर क्लास यूज करनी पड़ेगी इन दैट पर्टिकुलर केस. तो बट द प्रॉब्लम इज if you use the scanner class, the thing is नहीं, तो basically in the scanner class you can again enter the age and name with the help of key. स्कैनर क्लास पढ़ा है कि नहीं अभी आप लोगों ने? थोड़ा बहुत.
नो सर.
अच्छा, तो स्कैनर क्लास पढ़ा नहीं. तो बेसिकली स्कैनर क्लास अभी इसके बाद बताएंगे कि हाउ बेसिकली यू कैन टेक द इनपुट फ्रॉम द कीबोर्ड. तो बेसिकली देयर आर मल्टीपल वेज टू टेक द input from the keyboard. Basically for taking the input from the keyboard there is a class that is system, and in the system class there is a parameter in. Okay, तो ये हम ऐसा सोचते हैं कि ये कीबोर्ड वाला एंट्री वाला इसके बाद ही बताते हैं, क्योंकि फिर से हमको पूरा स्कैनर और सिस्टम डॉट इन बफर रीडर और इनपुट स्ट्रीम रीडर बताना पड़ेगा. ठीक है, तो उसको अभी यहाँ पर एंट्री नहीं कराते हैं कि कीबोर्ड के थ्रू करते हैं हम. इसके बाद शुरू ही होगा कि स्कैनर क्लास और बफर रीडर, इसके जस्ट बाद हम दिस कीवर्ड के बाद वही शुरू होने वाला है. तो वो अभी हम लोग जब फिर स्विच कर जाएंगे उधर तो दिक्कत हो जाएगी. ठीक है, अभी हम देखेंगे कि हाउ कैन वी टेक द इनपुट फ्रॉम द कीबोर्ड विद द हेल्प ऑफ आइदर स्कैनर क्लास, और बेसिकली देयर आर इनपुट स्ट्रीम रीडर, इनपुट स्ट्रीम क्लास, बफर रीडर क्लास. देयर आर सर्टेन क्लासेस फॉर इनपुट एंड आउटपुट. ओके, वी विल डिस्कस दिस थिंग लेटर. ओके, तो अभी इसमें यहाँ पर मर्ज मत करते हैं, नहीं तो अभी बहुत कंफ्यूजन क्रिएट होगा बाकी के स्टूडेंट्स को भी. ठीक, इसके जस्ट बाद हम शुरू करेंगे कि स्कैनर क्लास के थ्रू कैसे पैरामीटर्स को एंट्री कराई जाएगी. अभी हम लोग यही देख रहे हैं कि कंस्ट्रक्टर के थ्रू इनिशियलाइजेशन हो रहा है, एंड वी नीड टू पास द पैरामीटर as an argument of the constructor. Fine. Now, see, so this ये समझ में आ गया कि नहीं कैसे basically this is used to call the parameterized constructor. Fine. Okay. Now, the next example is this can also be used to invoke current class method. This keyword is also used to invoke current class method. Like current class constructor, we can invoke current class method also. Current class method. It means we can call a method from another method, okay, with the help of this keyword, current class method. How to invoke the current class method? With the help of this keyword. I just take the example like here. Suppose there is a class, again we take the student class. एक ही class लेके चलते हैं student. I just take a student class and there are 3 parameters: integer age, string name, and double CGPA. There are 3 parameters. Okay. Now, so suppose here there is a constructor, a student constructor is there. Or we can take a good example for that. Suppose there is a constructor, a student, and suppose is this constructor only 2 parameters are there: integer age and suppose string name. Basically, Java programming language is there is a property of Java programming language is modularity, and basically in this language, any programmer can add something and basically delete something as per their need in future. Basically, suppose in any company, if you are doing any job and if you build a system in object-oriented programming way, so suppose in future, basically, if any other programmer came into the company, and if he or she would like to add certain things or delete certain things from that particular programming modules, means classes, so basically here in this means Java programming language provides that amounts of flexibility to programmer to add something or delete something. Suppose in this particular example, if there is a constructor, okay, and there is a constructor is defined for only 2 parameters, and initially suppose CGPA is not there, but at particular time T0, but suppose in future CGPA is introduced here, okay, CGPA is introduced at particular time T1. Okay, initially only 2 parameters are there. Since initially only 2 parameters are there, so only age and names is declared in parameterized constructor. So here this dot age equal to age and this dot name equal to name. Okay. अब CGPA कुछ समय के बाद आ गया, तो अब क्या करेगा प्रोग्रामर? The one choice is programmer modify this particular constructor. The first choice is programmer needs to modify this particular constructor. Okay. The another choice is programmer क्या कर सकते हैं? और प्रोग्रामर कोई बताए कि what programmer can do at time T1. Suppose at time T1 CGPA is added here. The first choice is programmer just redefine this particular constructor, delete this constructor and redefine this particular constructor. What is the other choice is?
So he will make a new class that will extend the class student.
He will make a new class that will extend the class student.
He will
हाँ,
make a new constructor with 3
he will
parameters.
ओके गुड ही विल। अच्छा देखो, एक तो ये इनहेरिटेंस वाला केस किसी ने बताया कि ही विल मेक ए न्यू क्लास, बट एक्चुअली दैट इज टीडियस जॉब, ओके, बिकॉज यू नीड टू क्रिएट ए सेपरेट क्लास। वो भी अभी केसेस आएंगे कि जहां जरूरत पड़ेगी ही पड़ेगी इन ऑर्डर टू क्रिएट न्यू क्लास। बट इन दिस पर्टिकुलर केस द फर्स्ट ऑप्शन इज, जैसे कि एक सोल्यूशन आया मेरे सामने कि प्रोग्रामर कैन सिंपली क्रिएट ए कंस्ट्रक्टर विथ 3 पैरामीटर, बट द प्रॉब्लम इज इफ प्रोग्रामर क्रिएट्स द constructor with 3 parameter, so what is the significance of this constructor then? ये overhead हो गया ना, because this particular constructor now act as an overhead. If we create a constructor with 3 parameters,
डिफॉल्ट कंस्ट्रक्टर, एक डिफॉल्ट कंस्ट्रक्टर बनाएंगे और जिसमें इसको दिस कीवर्ड से इवोक कराएंगे और उसी में से जीपीए को भी इनिशियलाइज करेंगे।
बस हाँ ये सही है, ये एक सही तरीका है कि जस्ट आई क्रिएट ए डिफॉल्ट कंस्ट्रक्टर। डिफॉल्ट कंस्ट्रक्टर मींस जस्ट आई क्रिएट ए कंस्ट्रक्टर विथ 1 पैरामीटर कर सकते हैं। कैन आई क्रिएट ए कंस्ट्रक्टर विथ 1 पैरामीटर ना, 1 पैरामीटर?
यस सर।
Okay, so it saves the memory. Means here I just create a constructor with only a single parameter CGPA. Okay, this dot CGPA equal to CGPA. And now here, initially when this particular constructor is called, we need to call the constructor this and just pass the CGPA 7.5. So in this way, when this particular constructor is called, which is written in green color, so this dot 7.5 is initialized with CGPA, and then age and name is further means after that initialized with this parameter age and name. So in this way you can see that with this keyword can be used to call the current class constructor. This is the good example of object oriented programming.
Excuse
And
me,
now
sir.
yes
सर इसमें जैसे हम लोग सीजीपीए एक फिक्स भेज रहे हैं, अगर हमें प्रोग्रामर किसी यूजर से ले रहा है, एंटर करवा रहा है सीजीपीए, तो वो फिर कैसे
वो बेटा वो वही वाला केस अभी हमने बताया था। एक स्टूडेंट बोला अभी हम लोग क्या कर रहे हैं, फिक्स वाले पे काम कर रहे हैं। अभी जब हम इनपुट आउटपुट नहीं पढ़ेंगे, जब स्कैनर क्लास और, क्योंकि अब फिक्स के बाद जब आप यूजर डिफाइन करने जाओगे तो यूजर कहाँ से देगा, कीबोर्ड से देगा। तो कीबोर्ड से एंट्री के लिए हमको सिस्टम डॉट इन जानना जरूरी होगा, फिर सिस्टम डॉट इन स्कैनर से जुड़ेगा, स्कैनर क्लास से सिस्टम डॉट इन, क्योंकि सिस्टम डॉट इन बेसिकली डिफाइंस द कीबोर्ड एंड नाउ कीबोर्ड इज कनेक्टेड विद आइदर स्कैनर क्लास, it can either connected with means input stream reader class, input stream class or input stream reader class. So there are certain input class are there, input stream reader class. Basically after this particular lecture, means after this keyword, we will discuss how we can take the input from the keyboard by using the different classes. Then you will be able to, the programmer will be able to give the input as per their need. अभी क्या है, यहाँ पर तुमको कंस्ट्रक्टर के समय देना पड़ा, अब आप कह रहे हो नहीं यूजर डिफाइंड होना चाहिए सर कि कीबोर्ड से दे जब भी जरूरत पड़े, तो वो विद द हेल्प ऑफ दिस input stream class or input stream reader class or scanner class, and I think there is one more class, string tokenizer class. So we will discuss these classes in the next turn. Okay, तो ये अभी एक स्टूडेंट को हमने और बताया, इसमें अभी एंट्री नहीं करते हैं कंफ्यूजन पे।
सर एक चीज और पूछनी थी सर, ये जो दिस 7.5 आप लिखे हैं, ये पहली लाइन मतलब हमेशा अगर कोई दूसरा कंस्ट्रक्टर कॉल कर रहे हैं तो
फर्स्ट
पहली लाइन नहीं होगी?
पहली लाइन होगी हमेशा। ये दिस
सर मान लीजिए
हाँ,
सर अगर हम मान लीजिए स्कैनर से इनपुट लेते तो फिर सर दिस से भेजते हम, है ना? तो फिर सर पहली लाइन दिस होनी चाहिए थी, तो फिर स्कैनर से इनपुट कब लेते हैं फिर?
हाँ वही तो दिक्कत आएगी, तो वही सब केसेस को तो डिस्कस करेंगे ना हम लोग जब स्कैनर क्लास और ये सब करेंगे कि स्कैनर क्लास होगा तो फिर दिस कीवर्ड का मतलब इस तरीके की चीजों में यूज कर पाओगे कि नहीं कर पाओगे। ठीक है, तो वो अभी इसलिए कह रहे हैं उस चीज में अभी हम लोग नहीं एंट्री करते हैं कि स्कैनर क्लास का यूज यहाँ पर कैसे होगा। When we will discuss the scanner class and input stream reader, input or output stream classes, then we will discuss the ways basically how we can take the input from the keyboard and call the constructor. Fine. तो अभी उसमें कंफ्यूजन ना हम लोग क्रिएट करें, अभी सिंपली ये देख लें कि फर्स्ट लाइन में हमको एग्जीक्यूट कराना है दिस की, मतलब ये जो कंस्ट्रक्टर हमने कॉलिंग किया ये फर्स्ट लाइन में ही होना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि एज सून एज दिस पर्टिकुलर कंस्ट्रक्टर इज कॉल्ड इमीडिएटली द नेक्स्ट कंस्ट्रक्टर शुड बी कॉल्ड, बिकॉज
सर तो फिर जैसे
हाँ बताओ।
तो सर इसमें हम लोग वैल्यू सेट करके प्रिंट आउट करा रहे हैं ना, यहाँ पे हम खुद ही वैल्यू देके प्रिंट आउट करा रहे हैं यहाँ पर।
हाँ, हम लोग खुद ही देखो क्या है कि प्रोग्रामर को इनपुट देना कई तरीके से दे सकता है। एक तो है कि आप डायरेक्टली प्रोग्राम करते समय आपने फिक्स कर दी स्टैटिक वैल्यू, ठीक है, कि आपने कंस्ट्रक्टर कॉल किया, एज, नेम एंड सैलरी या सीजीपीए जो भी है वो आपने दे दिया। दूसरा तरीका है कि आप कह रहे हो कि नहीं हम सब कीबोर्ड से देना चाहते हैं। तीसरा तरीका आप डेटा को फाइल से ले सकते हो, ठीक है, फाइल से ले सकते हो। तो इस तरीके की चीजें अभी आज के लेक्चर में भी हम लोग को ये देखना है कि इनपुट आप फिक्स कर रहे हो, आपको जिस समय कॉल कर रहे हो उस समय ही आपको इनपुट देना पड़ रहा है और उसी को आप प्रिंट करा रहे हो या यूज कर रहे हो किसी भी तरीके से, ठीक है। अभी हम कीबोर्ड से इनपुट देने की बात नहीं कर रहे हैं, तो उसमें अभी कंफ्यूज मत हो, हाँ, कि कीबोर्ड के अभी इसमें कीबोर्ड को एंट्री मत लगा लेके आया जाए। जब कीबोर्ड से एंट्री करेंगे तो फिर हम लोग देखेंगे कि कीबोर्ड से एंट्री कैसे की जाएगी चीजों को, ठीक। अभी हम लोग के बस ये है कि दिस कीवर्ड से जो कंस्ट्रक्टर कॉलिंग हो रही है वो एज ए फर्स्ट लाइन ही होना चाहिए आफ्टर, मींस जैसे आपने ये ओपनिंग ब्रेस किया, जस्ट यू नीड टू राइट दिस 7.5, राइट। अब एक और हो कि स्कैनर क्लास से हम डेटा लेंगे, तो ऑब्वियस सी बात है स्कैनर क्लास के लिए डेटा लेने के लिए कहाँ पर लेंगे, क्या हम पहले ले लेंगे, पहले तो चलेगी नहीं, फिर हम कहाँ पर लेंगे स्कैनर क्लास से। हम कोई भी डेटा अगर हमको इनपुट कराना है तो या तो हम किसी मेथड के अंदर करें इनपुट, फिर मेरे पास एक तरीका और भी तो है ना कि विद द हेल्प ऑफ मेथड we can initialize the object. With the help of method we can initialize the object. Fine, that method is basically called as the mutator method or mutator method, or basically this method is also called as setter method. ये terminology है, mutator method and setter method. And another type of method is in order to print the age, name and CGPA, that is called as accessor method or getter method, in order to print the data. A getter and setter, basically these are the terminology, or mutator method and accessor method. I think in the assignment the terminology is like this: mutator method, accessor method, or setter method, or getter method. Okay, so in the method basically we can call the method and we can utilize this all the classes in order to initialize certain things. Fine. Basically in constructor का जो significance है वो यही है कि at the time of object creation basically of all the values should be initialized. This is the significance of constructor. Means at the time of object creation all the values are initialized. Fine. This is the significance of constructor. Okay, because in the method क्या होता है, first you need to create object and then you need to set the values with the help of method. Means first you create the object with the help of default constructor, and then with the help of mutator method you can initialize age, name and CGPA. तो दो step हो गए. But what is the significance of constructor? At the time of the creation of object you can initialize all the values of the object. This is the significance of constructor. समझ रहे हो ना कि एक बार तो है कि ऑब्जेक्ट क्रिएट कर लें तब इनिशियलाइज करें, जैसे ऑब्जेक्ट क्रिएट हो रहा है उसी समय इनिशियलाइज भी होता चल रहा है. ओके, तो दिस इज द केस. तो लेकिन वो वाला एग्जांपल उसी समय दिखाएंगे कि कैसे क्या एरर जनरेट होगी, तो ज्यादा अच्छे से समझ में आएगा, क्योंकि फिर हम उसमें एंट्री करेंगे, फिर से बैक में हमको इसमें आना पड़ेगा. तो स्कैनर एंड जितना है भी इनपुट स्ट्रीम रीडर, इनपुट स्ट्रीम क्लास, बफर रीडर, all will be discussed in the next step. Okay, so this is the example. This keyword is used to call current class constructor, and this keyword can also be used to current class method also. Current class method means here.
सर
Yes.
सर ये दिस कीवर्ड से जब हमने कंस्ट्रक्टर कॉल किया है तो फर्स्ट लाइन होना जरूरी क्यों है?
फर्स्ट लाइन होना इसलिए जरूरी है कि जब आपका ऑब्जेक्ट क्रिएट हो रहा है, ठीक है, तो ऑब्जेक्ट क्रिएट करने के समय आपका इनिशियली जावा वर्चुअल मशीन को ये कंस्ट्रक्टर मिलना चाहिए. ठीक है, तो आपने ये कंस्ट्रक्टर तो मिल गया. ठीक है, उसके बाद क्या है कि आफ्टर दिस अभी ऑब्जेक्ट क्रिएट हो रहा है, ये कंस्ट्रक्टर कॉल हो चुका है, तो इसके बाद ऐसा नहीं है कि एक समय में तो एक ही कंस्ट्रक्टर कॉल हो रहा है, या पर्टिकुलर जो ऊपर वाला पैरामीटराइज कंस्ट्रक्टर है, तो इनिशियली अगर हम ये दिस 7.5 नहीं लिखेंगे तो ये कंस्ट्रक्टर कॉल नहीं होगा इस दिस पर्टिकुलर लाइन पे, और आपका एज और नेम करके इनिशियलाइज हो जाएगा। ठीक है, एज और नेम इनिशियलाइज हो जाएगा, फिर से इसको एक कंस्ट्रक्टर मिलेगा वहां पर। फाइन, तो ये जो दो पर्टिकुलर स्टेटमेंट एग्जीक्यूट कर लिए हैं, तो जावा वर्चुअल मशीन देन सर्चेस फॉर द नेक्स्ट वेरिएबल एट दैट पर्टिकुलर टाइम हियर। हालांकि वो तीसरा वेरिएबल के सर्च भी नहीं करेगा, क्योंकि उसको ये जरूरत नहीं है कि सीजीपीए इनिशियलाइज करना भी है कि नहीं करना, उसको मतलब नहीं है। तो यहाँ पर अगर हम दिस और 7.5 लिखेंगे, इफ आई राइट हियर दिस 7.5, तो एक्चुअली इन दिस केस a constructor is called and two variables are initialized, and then after constructor is called again. Okay, so basically the flow of execution is constructor calling means object creation, and then age and name is initialized, and then basically again call the constructor is calling. So basically this flow is misunderstood by the Java virtual machine. Okay, the first constructor is called, again then age and name is initialized, and then again constructor is called initially. Actually what happened here, actually when the constructor is called and two parameters, and then the third parameter here 7.5 is called, and when the 7.5 is called, then this particular constructor is called, and this constructor is called, so one parameter memory is created, and then after this age and name is initialized immediately. ठीक है, तो कंस्ट्रक्टर कॉलिंग जो होगी वो कॉन्जिक्यूटिव हो जाएगी, तो जिससे जावा वर्चुअल मशीन बेसिकली doesn't confuse here in order to basically gives the memory, or in order to create, means in the process of creation of object there is no confusion is created here. So here basically this should be written at the first line. This is the rule. Fine, कि कंस्ट्रक्टर एक बार कॉल हो रहा है तो कंस्ट्रक्टर कॉल होने के बाद मींस कंस्ट्रक्टर कॉल, ऐसा तो है नहीं कि कंस्ट्रक्टर कॉल हो गया, पैरामीटर्स को इनिशियलाइज कर दिया, फिर से कंस्ट्रक्टर कॉल कर रहा है। कंस्ट्रक्टर कॉल हो गया, सारे कंस्ट्रक्टर दोनों कंस्ट्रक्टर कॉल हो गए, उसके जितनी पैरामीटर्स की वैल्यू है वो लाइन से इनिशियलाइज हो रही है। बट फर्स्ट दिस इज इनिशियलाइज, सेकंड दिस इज इनिशियलाइज, थर्ड दिस इज इनिशियलाइज, देन देयर इज नो प्रॉब्लम. But in the case if this is written here, then there is a problem. First age is initialized, name is initialized, then constructor is called. The flow is not adequate here. Okay. हेलो,
यस सर।
हाँ, ये क्लियर हो रहा है कि कंस्ट्रक्टर का कॉन्जिक्यूटिव कॉल नहीं होंगे, तो जो फ्लो ऑफ एग्जीक्यूशन है आप देखोगे यहाँ पर, द फ्लो ऑफ एग्जीक्यूशन इज बेसिकली इनएडुकेट. द फर्स्ट कंस्ट्रक्टर इज कॉल्ड and then the values are initialized again, then you need to call the constructor. Okay, so first you need to call the constructor, and then all the values are initialized consecutive, means one by one. Okay, here means constructor is called, then values are initialized. This is the basically the sequence of calling of the constructor, because in order to initialize the memory, basically the Java virtual machine needs to create the memory for all the variables and then sets the values over that particular memory location. Here the age memory, name memory, and if I call this parameter, so similarly CGPA is also allocated. अदरवाइज क्या होगा, एज और नेम के लिए मेमोरी क्रिएट हो गई, तो क्या फिर सीजीपीए के लिए बाद में होगी मेमोरी क्रिएट ना? जैसे एज और नेम में आपको कंपाइलर को पता चल गया, फिर अचानक से उसको दो एग्जीक्यूट किया, कहा तीसरे के लिए मेमोरी क्रिएट करो उसी ऑब्जेक्ट में। तो इससे अच्छा है कि पहले एज और नेम की जब क्रिएट हो रही है, फिर जैसे व्हेन यू कॉल द 7.5, इमीडिएटली सीजीपीए मेमोरी इज आल्सो क्रिएटेड, एंड व्हेन memories for all the variables are created, then only initialize CGPA, then age and names. Fine, this is the sequence. Okay, क्लियर हुआ कि नहीं? Am I clear?
Yes sir.
मेमोरी क्रिएशन में प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगी ना उस केस में, और उसको now so with the help of this keyword you can call the current class method also. with the help of this keyword, we can call current class method also. So similarly, current class constructor, we can call current class method also. Okay, means suppose there is a method, I just take an example simply here. Suppose there is a method void m1 here, and there is another method void m2, and both methods are the part of a class. Okay, suppose class test. Fine. So if if object is created of the test class, suppose test t equal to new test. So if I call t dot m1, suppose if I call t dot m1, m1 is executed, and suppose if I would like to execute m2 within the m1, if I would like to call m2 within the m1, so basically we can call m2 directly here. We can call m2 directly here, or we basically need to write this dot m2. Okay, we need to write this dot m2. Basically, we can call m2 directly. However, means no error is generated, I think, if I write m2 directly here. But implicitly, what Java Virtual Machine will do on behalf of programmer, it includes the this keyword. So it is recommended that the programmer should write the this keyword here before the m2 method. Fine. And since because this particular method is not a static method, so there is no problem. If the method is static in nature, so a static method can be called by the static method. Okay. So this is used to call the current class constructor. What are the another uses of this keyword? एक use और बचा था कौन सा? As a parameter, you can pass. I'm not going to discuss that to other application. You can basically write the program by yourself. This can also be passed as an argument. You can pass this keyword as an argument. Achha, the thing is, when you pass, suppose m is a method, m1 is a method, and if I pass this keyword as an argument, so the definition of m1 method should be, यहाँ पर क्या होगा? Suppose this refer to student object, so you need to write here like student s, because this refer to student object. Fine. So in the definition part of m1, basically an student. If this keyword refer to employee object, then you need to write here employee in the definition part. Okay. So in this way, this can also be used an argument. What is this keyword here? अभी this keyword होगा क्या? Actually m1 is, suppose m1 is called by s1 dot m1. What is s here? S1 here. S1 is the reference variable of student actually, which call the method m1. So if s1 is the reference variable which refer to student object, actually this s1 is actually this is also referred by this keyword. Okay, this is also referred by this keyword, and here if I pass this keyword here, so that is also referred by this s, and now with the help of s you can perform operation. So in this way you can see that what are the significance of this keyword. अब ये जब जरूरत पड़ेगी तब तक देखा जाएगा. Okay, so this is all the uses or application of this keyword. Right? Now, so we have already discussed class and object, we have discussed static keyword, we have discussed this keyword. Okay, and now we have seen how basically what is the difference between the initialization by constructor and initialization by method. The one difference is, in the case of constructor initialization, the initialization of object is done at the time of the object creation. But in the case of method initialization, means with the help of method you can also initialize the object, but in that particular case first the object is created with default values, and then after the object creation with the help of object you can call the method in order to initialize its field. Okay, so there are two-step process. Okay, तो दिस इज द थिंग। तो इसमें आप लोग एक चीज चेक करिएगा खुद से, जस्ट यू नीड टू चेक दैट। ये आप लोग खुद चेक करके देखिएगा। सपोज देयर इज ए क्लास स्टूडेंट and there is a class, there are 3 fields and that is declared as private: private integer age, private string name, private means all variables are private in nature, suppose. And actually as per standard or as per recommendation, this is recommended. You need to basically declare the fields if you would like to secure all this value. Okay, if you would like to secure all this value, it is recommended that you need to write private keyword here. And now age, name and CGPA should be initialized. How can I initialize this? 3 fields. So there are 2 choices: with the help of constructor calling and with the help of public methods. Okay. तो एक चीज ये चेक करके देखना कि अगर हम 2 तरीके से इनिशियलाइज करते हैं, इफ आई इनिशियलाइज एज, नेम एंड सीजीपीए विद द हेल्प ऑफ पब्लिक मेथड, तो दैट मेथड इज कॉल्ड एज म्यूटेटर मेथड और सॉरी सक्सेस म्यूटेटर मेथड और it is also called as setter method. Or in order to display the age, name and CGPA, accessor method is used. ये terminology assignment में दी इसलिए बता रहे हैं, accessor method और getter method. Okay. So just see here, but लेकिन ये in order to distinguish, ये timing distinguish अब करने में दिक्कत होगी. Can we basically able to check which one is more faster as compared to each other? Means constructor calling से जो object create कर रहे हैं और public method से create कर रहे हैं, timing difference, can we basically check the timing difference or not? Timing difference. However, basically in our machine, I think it is very difficult to distinguish because it will take with milliseconds amount of time, milliseconds or nanosecond actually amount of time to execute this, millisecond or nanosecond. तो किसमें ज़्यादा टाइम लग रहा है? Can we able to distinguish this things? However, it is very difficult because ऐसा जरूरी नहीं है कि कंस्ट्रक्टर आप हो सकता है, क्योंकि नैनो सेकेंड्स का बैकग्राउंड में आपकी बहुत सी प्रोसेस रन करती हैं. तो अगर आप चेक करोगे तो बहुत सी प्रोसेस रन कर रही हैं. तो कंस्ट्रक्टर कॉल करते समय कितनी प्रोसेस रन कर रही हैं, सिस्टम की प्रोसेस. If you call the public method, so there are various system processes are running, which also takes the CPU time. Okay. But actually, here in the case of constructor calling, it will very means slightly less time as compared to the public method calling. However, it is very difficult to distinguish the time in your system because there are multiple processes are running in background. Okay, and in order to differentiate in milliseconds, it is very difficult to differentiate it. When we will discuss the buffered reader class, so we will see that in the buffered reader class, the buffer reader से जब हम लोग file read करेंगे, if I reads the file from the buffer reader class, so you can easily see that with the help of buffer reader class, it will take very less time as compared to input stream reader. Okay, if you use the buffer reader class, so it for the large file, so it will take very less time as compared to other method. So basically it is preferable to use the buffer reader class. Okay, अगर आप buffer reader use नहीं करोगे, then also it is easy to read the file or something from the keyboard with the help of input stream reader or scanner class. Fine. But with the help of buffer reader, you can improve the performance. Similarly here, constructor calling is beneficial because at the time of object creation, you will be able to initialize all these fields. In the case of public method, there is no problem. Public method achieves the data privacy concern, with the help of public method you will be able to age, name and CGPA, and there are various methods are declared. कई method declare आप कर सकते हो, and there may be a choice कि with the help of method 1 you will be able to access age and name only, with the help of method 2 you will be able to access CGPA only. So there are various choices are there. Okay, so it is all about the basic class and object. Then the next topic is basic input output. Basic input output. Why I am call it as basic input output? Because in Java there is a separate library. Till now, basically what we have done till now, we have basically only used this library, import java.language package, this package, language package, because all the classes which are predefined in language package is by default imported by the Java virtual machine. So there is no need to import java.language package. So means you can basically import java.language package. Otherwise, Java virtual machine provides this particular package to you, okay, implicitly. And in language package, basically there are classes like system class, okay, system class. And in the system class, basically अभी तक क्या use किया गया system class का system.out.println. I have used system.out.println. Now there is another, and what is out? Out is the field of out is a field of system class. Out is a field of system class. It is a field of system class. It means this field should have a return type or data type. Suppose means out is a field of system class which is having the data type print stream. Means print stream is the data type of out field. Okay. So when I write system.out, so actually that is referred to an object of print stream class. And if out referred to print stream object, so with the help of out variable, we will be able to access the method of print stream class. So here system.out.println, so println is the method of print stream class. Okay, which is used to print certain output on your output screen. Okay, and here why I'm call it as basic input output, because in this chapter we will only discuss the variable system in for the input. There is another variable out for the output. Out I have already used. So what is system.in? So basically system.in is used to take the input from the keyboard. Okay. So basic input output. So basically basic input output is this only, in and out. And now along with this system input and output, we will also discuss, because program करना है तो कुछ ना कुछ और classes हमको पता होनी चाहिए. तो basically we will also discuss class that is very useful class, that is scanner class. But scanner class is not the part of input output class, because in Java there is a separate Java input output packages. Java.input output package. Fine. ये एक अलग से पढ़ाया जाएगा, ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट रहेगा. Java.input output package, and in this Java.input output package we will be able to understand how we can take the input and output through either keyboard, or we can take the input from file, we can take the input from network socket. Okay, but अभी हम लोग को वो डिस्कस नहीं करना है. Only we will discuss system.in, system.out, and then scanner class, and then certain input stream class, output stream, actually stream buffered reader. And however, these three classes are the part of Java.input output package. Scanner class is the part of Java.util package. java.util package, java.input output. So input output, initially we will discuss some basic input output stream classes, and then basically when we will discuss java.input output package, then we will discuss all the things in detail. Okay, so in the next chapter we will discuss system.in, system.out is scanner class, and buffer reader input output stream classes. Okay. Okay, is there any question you can ask? Yes.
Sir,
Yes, sir.
sir, can we use this to call? So can we use this to call a method inside a constructor?
Can we use to call this keyword method?
It's inside a constructor.
Mhm. I'm not sure actually here if I call the means method. Suppose if you write this as a this method, but no, basically how can you call basically that this as a method? Because when you call this means keyword and pass the parameter in the constructor, so basically Java Virtual Machine searches the name same as the class name. जब आप कंस्ट्रक्टर के अंदर कॉल करोगे तो वो तुरंत कंस्ट्रक्टर को ही सर्च करेगा. जब मेथड के अंदर को कॉल को सर्च करोगे तो मेथड वाले में तो देख सकता है वो ना. जब आप कंस्ट्रक्टर के अंदर कॉल करोगे तो कंस्ट्रक्टर को ही सर्च करेगा, तब वहाँ प्रॉब्लम आ जाएगी. ठीक है.
ओके सर.
ये चिकन. हाँ ठीक है. यस
Sir, what is the default nature of the field that we declared in the class, like private, public, or protected? If we neither declare it as a private, public, or protected, then what will be the default nature?
The default. What is the default nature? Default. What is the default nature of the variable?
Yes, sir.
Means I'm not getting your question. What is the default nature?
As we declare it as a private or public, then if we not declare it as a private or public, then what will be its nature? Is it like it behave like a private or public?
Okay, Miss you basically if you are not declare any means if you not declare any access specifier. Nah?
Yes, sir.
If you do not declare any access specifier in that particular case.
Yes, sir.
This is the question. So basically, there is a, if you do not any means access specifier is there, so in that particular case, there is a default basically access specifier is there also in the case of Java programming. Basically, this is the I think a new keyword also. Huh? Default accessibility.
So like in C++, the default is private. So
basically in C++, basically this is the basically beauty of Java programming language. There is a default keyword also. Yeah, there is a default access specifier is there in Java. Basically in C++ there is no such type of access specifier, but in Java there is a default access specifier is there. So if you do not declare any specifier means access specifier in place of class, method, or any data member, so basically it is set to be default access specifier by the default, and the default access specifier are accessible only within the same package. This is the thing. अगर आपने कुछ डिफाइन नहीं किया तो उस पैकेज में आप उसको एक्सेस कर सकते हो. Okay. But in C++ basically by default जैसे private आप कहते हो, private रहता है कि protected रहता है C++ में? Private तो basically आप access ही नहीं कर सकते हो ना क्लास के बाहर. Within the class only you can access. But Java में ये एक extra benefit है C++ से कि you can basically if there is no access specifier is there, then by default Java Virtual Machine provides a default access specifier. And what is the significance of default access specifier? So these default access specifier are accessible only within the same package. Okay, only within the same package means in a same package suppose there are 10 classes, so all the 10 classes can access that particular field or means variables or method. which is declared as default और जो कि आपने छोड़ दिया है, ठीक है।
ओके सर।
पब्लिक आपको करना पड़ेगा बिकॉज अच्छा व्हाई द पब्लिक इज रिक्वायर्ड बिकॉज पब्लिक मींस नॉट आउटसाइड ऑफ द पैकेज दैट पर्टिकुलर मेंबर कैन आल्सो बी एक्सेस। फाइन,
ओके सर।
ओके,
थैंक यू सर।
ओके, थैंक यू,
थैंक यू सर।
ओके, थैंक यू, ओके।